Hey, this is the World Advice Channel 2. What I want to talk about today is the topic of will there be another superpower? So for this video, I'm going to discuss in a simple and straightforward way so you can understand it, even if you know the topic. The question of will there be another superpower after America? And not only that, but a lesson that you can learn from the situation. Okay? So that's what I'll be discussing today. So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the topic of will there be another superpower after America, absolutely yes, and that's obviously by default China. Even though at one point in the news rift between India and China, China's definitely been losing, but India still has a national caste system, which obviously if you have a national caste system, which a good portion of their population are this caste balance, you obviously have a lot of buying power. Relegated to more paying jobs, so they're not having a lot of buying power. The biggest issue to become rich out of everything is obviously buying power. So that's honest truth of why India asks questions and China is no. Okay? But even though China by default truth of the matter is, which brings me to the message of this video, is that China might, of course, is going to become the superpower, but they're not really going to control it. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is, China is going to be a superpower, well, that's already died. Because the truth of the matter is, we already see the world's condition, global warming is fucking up the world. We're running out of resources. AI technology saying that so when China takes over the world, when America obviously is out of the picture, they're not really going to enjoy it. Like really, like that's the thing what I realized. China is not going to be a superpower because the truth of the matter is China is not going to have much freedom. You're not going to have much ability to really do it because China is just simply falling apart. It's falling apart. Well, not even China, more like the world, not just China, the world. Okay? The whole world is a shit fest now. No, there's so many issues, it's ridiculous. Even 20 years ago, when Discovery Channel, of course, warned the world about literally everything that's happening now. But back in the days when Discovery Channel was actually good, the OG Discovery Channel, try to warn everybody, like, do not do this, do not do that. Everyone, ignored us. Said, I don't believe that's gonna happen. Just like how they ignored us about future pandemics, saw COVID, political division, and AI tech takeover, everybody ignored them. And now let's see how that went. Well, you see how the world is now, okay? Even back then, with all the many documents Discovery Channel gave to warn people about the direction the world was going, which everybody fucking warned, because people are fucking stupid. The truth of the matter is, okay, the issues we have in the world is even more than that, okay? Even aside from those issues, there's so many other issues. And I think issues like global warming, resource depletion, AI technology, which are the major ones. It's also other things as well. Like we're running out of, people when it comes to issues like race and gender that actually like each other. The race is getting pretty bad. And even when it comes to which everybody in the past I know there's no way that will be. My friend go on Instagram, you'll see that there's a lot of men straight up at each other to the point that it's already been proven that a significant portion of the population at this point are not dating. This new Gen Z of the population, who obviously represent the future of the world, are not dating each other because let's keep it real, hate each other. So these are all the issues people will have, and it's not just simply located in one location, it's throughout the world. Even in Asia, you're having issues with chicken, let alone all the other issues that you mentioned. So even if they impair some world, it's not like they're really going to enjoy anything. The world is already falling apart anyway. It's already becoming a shift. The world will really, in the future, to be honest with you, is going to end up really, with how it's going to be. And everything from the issues of that we already have so forth, the AI thing that's going on jobs and all that stuff, but the way with the direction it's going, I don't know if it's going to end up that way or not. But with the way it's going right now, with the way it's projected, okay, now if some degree of luck happens, it's not going to be a very positive world to live in. It's going to really, really suck. And it's not going to be an enjoyable world to live in. Even in 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, especially 1980s and 1990s movies that made an apocalypse, even though it depicted how much war would suck, it at least made it look somewhat cool. This is not even going to be cool. This is just going to be a really ugly situation. This is going to be a situation that I just think is just not even worth mentioning. It's going to be an ugly one, and I just think when situations like this happen, you just have to just leave, okay? You might have to end up being like those mountain men. With the way the world's projected to go, I'm not saying it's going to end up this way, but with the way the world is projected to go right now, with the direction it's going, you're going to probably have to end up like those mountain who live in like Appalachia in America, who live in the wilderness and keep to themselves and stuff. With the way the world's ending up, which is exactly what the Bible said was going to happen. And oh my God, if they have a talking statue, well, you betcha, you better start going to the mountains. But anyway, aside from that, with the way it is turning out, yes, it's not a good world. That's what it is. So if China becomes superpower, it's going to be superpower for a world that's already dead anyway. So in the end of the day, did you really gain anything? Did you really enjoy anything? There you go. And that serves as a lesson for people to learn, okay? What's the point of gaining something if there's nothing really left? Or an even better saying goes like, what's the point of gaining the whole world if one loses their soul? It's the same thing here, okay? Because China was using a lot of dirty tactics to help make them successful and stuff, and a lot of their people have very negative views. I'm not saying the majority of the population, but a lot of them were not very positive, even when it comes to the race issue and stuff. The Chinese in general were doing everything and were using these tactics and stuff to become successful. But what's the point of gaining something and wanting to be at the top of something if you're already part of something that's already dying anyway? It's like I'm the king of the jungle for a jungle that's already falling apart anyway. So it's like, what the fuck did you even do anyway? And that's honest truth. So to some things, that is honest lesson to the story. What's focus on if you want something, you want something. By doing it the best way possible, okay? And to be even more exact with the point of the message of the story, if you gain something and you want something, make sure that there is something to actually, of course, still exist, okay? Because a lot of the issues that I mentioned, like global warming, resource depletion, and AI technology, is being contributed to by China, okay? So just like you see right there, they contributed their own prompt to become number one. But what's the point of becoming number one if there's nothing left? So in short, the lesson is, what's the point of getting to the top if you're willing to do things that destroys everything? And that's a lesson that there is to learn from this topic, because with the way the world is going, it's not going to be a pretty world to live in after America declines because the world's already pretty much screwed. And that's honest truth. So anyway, this is my video. This is all I have to say. And simply put it, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And that's all I have to say. And simply put, I'm out. So bye.